Hi class, we're still in chapter 11, capillary or dermal blood specimens. For this PowerPoint, we will be covering the learning objectives 3 through 6. Explain why capillary blood from a skin puncture is different from blood taken by venipuncture and the impact on laboratory tests. Identify the proper sites for performing a skin puncture procedure and explain why it is necessary to control the depth of the incision. Describe the procedure for performing a skin puncture and describe the purpose and procedure for making blood smears and the characteristics of an acceptable blood smear. Objective number 3, the composition of capillary blood acquired by skin puncture is significantly different from that of venous blood acquired by venipuncture. It's a mixture of arterioles, venues, capillaries, intracellular, and interstitial tissue fluids. Capillary blood is more like arterial blood because of arterial pressure, and capillary blood has lower values of potassium, total protein, calcium, and higher in glucose than venous blood. So when collecting capillary blood, you will need 4 to 9 good drops of blood. Your proper sites for performing a skin puncture will be the third and fourth finger of the patient's non-dominant hand, preferably. You're going to avoid the second and fifth fingers if possible. Perform the stick off the side of the center, not in the center of the finger. And never use the tip or center of the finger. And over here for the infants, the heel stick, this is your locations for the heel sticks. So why is the depth of the skin puncture important? You have retractable puncture devices that are made of variable lengths and depth, depending on the patient's age and weight. For adults, the average depth of a skin puncture should be 2 to 3 millimeters. For children and infants, it should be less than 2 millimeters. And of course, you do not want to use the pediatric device for adults or vice versa. If you use a pediatric device on an adult, it is likely that it's not going to puncture deep enough for you to get a good blood specimen. And if you use an adult puncture device on an infant or a newborn, you risk potentially hitting the bone, which can lead to osteochondritis or osteomyelitis, which is your possible bone infection. Okay, so for your assignment, you're going to create a flow chart or a process map of how to perform a skin puncture, and also describe the purpose and the procedure for making blood smears, and list the characteristics of an acceptable blood smear. And post your picture when complete. And I will see you guys next lecture.